A stunning leak from inside Buckingham Palace reveals what insiders call Camilla's hidden agenda. And Prince William doesn't wait. Acting faster than anyone expected, he launches a quiet investigation, gathers proof, and moves with calculated speed. The monarchy is rocked, and the crown's future suddenly feels far less certain. The moment the hidden agenda first surfaced. It began with a whispered leak, nothing official, but just loud enough to shake the walls of Buckingham Palace. Somewhere inside the palace machine, someone tipped off a trusted royal reporter. The claim? Camilla was quietly working behind the scenes on a plan that didn't include William. The story spread fast. By the next morning, Facebook groups, forums, and royal watch sites were ablaze with speculation. The palace scrambled to contain it. Aides denied everything, but the tone inside the royal household reportedly shifted overnight. Prince William, usually calm in the storm, was said to have noticed a sharp change in Camilla's behavior. Public appearances between them were tense. Fewer smiles, less eye contact, and behind the scenes, he started asking questions. Something changed in William's eyes, like he knew more than the rest, one courtier reportedly said. The public didn't know what William had discovered, not yet, but the urgency in his next steps would speak louder than any press release. What was allegedly hidden in Camilla's plans? According to online sources and leaked commentary, Camilla was allegedly involved in influencing decisions inside King Charles's circle, quietly steering discussions that could reshape the future of the monarchy. Some even suggested she was building alliances that might push William into a more limited role, especially around succession influence and internal royal operations. Theories emerged about emails, private calls, and untraceable conversations with senior courtiers, all outside the heir's line of sight. Critics quickly pointed to her recent rise in visibility, noting her prominent position at multiple high-level royal events that weren't originally meant for her. What once looked like standard duty now looked, to some, like strategic positioning. She's been playing chess while the rest of the palace played checkers, one royal observer tweeted. Whether the claims were fact, fiction, or something in between, the idea of a hidden agenda lit up public imagination, especially given Camilla's controversial past and the long shadow of Princess Diana. William's first reaction: quiet but swift. Unlike past palace dramas, Prince William didn't lash out or go public. He moved quietly, but with speed that shocked even his closest advisors. According to insiders, he immediately began pulling documents, timelines, and testimonies, not to gossip, but to build a case. His team worked discreetly, bypassing traditional channels, consulting private legal experts and internal communication staff. He wanted facts, not rumors. In less than 48 hours, William reportedly had a dossier of movements, meeting records, and background checks on several aides close to Camilla. He went from heir to investigator overnight, one staffer noted. This wasn't about petty jealousy or palace politics. It was about control, future leadership, and protecting the direction of the monarchy. William, who has long walked the line between loyalty and strategy, had now stepped fully into the role of a man preparing to lead. And not everyone inside the palace saw it coming. The first public sign of breakthrough. By the end of the week, social media caught fire. A few unverified yet sharp posts hinted at a leak tied to William's office. Within hours, videos and headlines emerged. Camilla under scrutiny, William's quiet strike. Palace cover-up? No official confirmations followed, but the silence from Buckingham Palace only made it louder. A short video clip showing William exiting a private royal building alone, unsmiling and briefed by aides, sent royal watchers into a frenzy. Many believed it was the moment his investigation turned into action. Whatever he found, he didn't wait around, a royal insider told one outlet. Supporters called him principled and protective of the crown. Critics questioned the leak's timing, but all agreed on one thing: this wasn't accidental. William had made a move. The game had shifted. And Camilla, whether rightly or wrongly, was now at the center of the storm. Historic context: why this matters. This isn't just another royal disagreement. It hits at the very core of royal history and legacy. Camilla's presence in the royal family has always been steeped in controversy. From the moment her name appeared in the infamous Camillagate tapes in the early 1990s, public trust never fully recovered. For many, she remains linked to the unraveling of Charles and Diana's marriage, a wound the monarchy has never completely healed. Though years of charitable work and quieter appearances have reshaped Camilla's image, the past still lingers, especially in William's world. The emotional connection to his mother, the damage done by past betrayals, and the long path to public redemption now collide with these fresh rumors. Every whisper about Camilla's ambition reopens an old scar, said one royal historian. So when reports of a hidden agenda began to spread, it didn't feel like palace gossip. It felt like history repeating itself. And for the future king, that's more than a PR problem. It's personal. Palace damage control begins. As the whispers grew louder and headlines bolder, Buckingham Palace went into defense mode. Within hours, vague press statements were issued, not naming names but stressing unity within the royal household. Behind the scenes, aides scrambled to redirect the media narrative with carefully curated royal appearances. Senior courtiers reportedly urged King Charles to address the situation directly, but he refused. Instead, the palace leaned into distraction, showcasing Camilla's upcoming charity events and highlighting William and Kate's ongoing public service. The goal? Silence the scandal without confronting it. "They're trying to smother the fire with tradition," said one royal correspondent. But insiders say the damage was already done. Tensions between the king's household and William's camp deepened. Some staff quietly backed William. Others remained loyal to Camilla. The walls of the palace may look polished, but inside, the cracks were growing. William's strategic playbook. Prince William didn't confront the issue with anger. He countered it with precision. Rather than allow speculation to spin out of control, he focused on transparency, timing, and evidence. While others scrambled emotionally, William quietly built his response like a chess player planning 5 moves ahead. Insiders say he rejected public confrontation in favor of internal accountability. Every step, from compiling testimonies to seeking legal clarity, was deliberate. He didn't need headlines to fight back. He needed facts, and he got them faster than anyone expected. He was calm, but the urgency was real, one aide observed. He wanted to be sure before he acted, and once he was, he didn't wait. The palace, still clinging to old routines, didn't see it coming. William's handling of the situation caught even senior courtiers off guard. Some royal watchers now say this marked the beginning of his active transition into leadership, not just as heir, but as a protector of the crown's future integrity. Camilla's side of the story, official and unofficial. On the record, Camilla's team has remained quiet. No mention of a hidden agenda. No statement addressing the wave of rumors. Officially, she continues to be described as a pillar of support to His Majesty, and committed to royal duty. But behind palace walls, the silence is telling. Sources close to her circle say Camilla is furious, not just about the rumors, but about William's quiet investigation. Some claim she sees it as a betrayal. Others say she feels cornered and misrepresented. Her allies argue she's being unfairly dragged back into the shadows of her past, despite years of public service and loyalty to the crown. "She's worked hard to be seen as stable and respectable," said one royal watcher. "This pushes her right back into controversy." The public remains split. Some sympathize with Camilla, pointing to her charity work, discipline, and quiet demeanor. Others see her as the same divisive figure who once disrupted the royal line. Whether she's the target of misinformation or part of a deeper palace scheme, Camilla is once again the name at the center of royal fire. How the public and media responded. The moment the phrase "Camilla's hidden agenda" hit the headlines, the media went into overdrive. Tabloids splashed accusations, royal commentators filled the airwaves, and social media became a battlefield. Within hours, hashtags like #expose the agenda, #William protects the crown, and #Camilla controversy were trending across platforms. Some outlets framed Prince William as the calm force of truth, protecting the monarchy from behind-the-scenes manipulation. Others defended Camilla, arguing she was being dragged unfairly into another cycle of royal scapegoating. "It's like Diana's ghost is still shaping this family's future," one columnist wrote. Polls revealed the divide. Camilla's popularity slipped in younger demographics, while William's approval soared among traditional royalists. In royal forums, fans fiercely debated loyalty, legacy, and succession. Even international outlets picked up the story, adding to the pressure on Buckingham Palace to respond. But the palace said little, letting the storm swirl, hoping it would pass. It didn't. The crown at a crossroads. This wasn't just another royal drama swept under the rug. It was a defining moment for the House of Windsor. What began as a whisper of a hidden agenda has now triggered a full-blown crisis of trust, both within palace walls and across the global stage. Prince William's swift and calculated response sent a message louder than any press statement. The era of polite silence is ending. For years, the royal family operated under the principle of never complain, never explain. But that model is cracking under pressure. In an age of real-time leaks, social media storms, and instant scrutiny, inaction now looks like weakness, and William seems to know it. His decision to act quietly but decisively reflects a new style of royal leadership, one that values transparency, timing, and control. Meanwhile, the hidden agenda narrative refuses to die down. Whether grounded in fact or fanned by rumor, it has changed the way people see Camilla's position and solidified William's image as a protector of legacy and future stability. The once reserved and measured heir has stepped into a sharper light, showing the public he's ready to lead, confront, and correct, even if it means challenging those closest to the throne. He's not waiting to inherit the crown, he's already protecting it, said one senior palace insider. The palace continues to project unity, rolling out choreographed appearances and carefully worded statements. But behind those glossy photo ops, the fractures are widening. Courtiers speak of divided households. Aides whisper of strategy shifts. Public confidence, once stable, is now shaken. The question no longer revolves around who said what, but how far the damage reaches and what it means for the monarchy's next chapter. Can King Charles hold the center? Will Camilla's influence survive the scrutiny? Or is William's quiet rebellion the beginning of a reset from within? One thing is certain: the monarchy stands at a crossroads. And this time, the world is watching with eyes wide open, not just for tradition, but for accountability, clarity, and change. William's bold response has shattered the palace's long-standing silence. As questions swirl around Camilla's intentions, the royal family faces a new era of exposure and reckoning. Whether truth or rumor, the impact is real. William isn't just waiting for the throne. He's already reshaping the monarchy's direction from within.